What did Allah ask an animal to be sacrificed? What will the world be like if all the people of the world become vegetarians? We will know the answers to many such questions in today's video, inshallah. The adherents of non-violence plead that animal sacrifice is not acceptable, being antithetical to life. Their sheer ignorance is exposed when they deny the fact that life is not the fundamental quality of animals only. It is also precious to plants and microorganisms. When the trees are felled, crops are cut and vegetables are procured, a lot of living things suffer for the human benefit. When antibiotics are taken, maybe in the form of a herbal syrup, billions of bacteria, viruses and other life forms harmful to man got killed. When man eat, cut or drink water or cook food, billions of life forms are consumed in the process. In the flush of commerce and washing of floors, billions of life forms are destroyed. The first experimental scientist of modern age, Jagadish Chandra Basu, had been ignored in India only for his research that plants are also living beings. Some recent students and experiments have established that plants not only have feelings about happiness and sufferings, but they also communicate and share resources with each other through a chemical medium. I have to politely disagree with the anti-meat argument. Our genes were developed before the agricultural revolution, when we were not only meat eaters but enthusiastic ones at that. On top of that, the human genome has changed less than 0.02% in the last 40,000 years. Our bodies were genetically programmed for optimal functioning on a diet including meat, and that programming has not changed. You know that by nature humans are meat eaters and our bodies are designed for it. Meat helps keep blood sugar levels stable due to its fat and high protein content. You can take protein supplements, but the best source of protein is meat. Meat also contains vitamins and minerals that aid in muscle growth like zinc. So we can understand that vegetable and meat both are important for a human being. But we have to remember that if all the people of the world become vegetarians, then there will be a shortage of vegetables in the world, because the food needs of all the people of the world cannot be met by vegetables alone. Then the balance of the world will be lost, because plants are not only for food but also for maintaining the environment around the world. But there is still a question: why did Allah ask an animal to be sacrificed? We know that on the day of sacrifice, an animal, usually a sheep, is properly sacrificed and divided into three parts. One part is given to the poor, the other is kept for home, and the third is given to relatives. Though this food is provided to a few families. Now the point is, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had ordered the distribution of vegetables or any other food among the poor without ordering the sacrifice of an animal, not only one animal but more than one or several hundred lives would have been destroyed, because vegetables and plants also have life. Basically, one animal is dependent on another animal for survival on earth. Therefore, it is not logical for a man to think that killing just one animal is more serious than killing hundreds of plants. Rather, it is more logical to kill just one animal than to kill a few species of plants to fill the food menu at one time. Therefore, I think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed grace on the whole world by ordering Muslims to sacrifice animals. According to the Islamic religion, animal sacrifice is widely known as a celebration of Eid-al-Azha. It is the story of individual sacrifices of the two sons of Adam, Habil and Kabil. Has been described in the Bible, Genesis part 3 verse 21, and the Quran, Surah 5 ayat 27 to 31. It is said that Ibrahim alayhi salam experienced a dream or night in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him to sacrifice Ishmael alayhi salam, his beloved son. However, the following night, the same dream occurred again, commanding him to do the same. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam then came to realize that this was no fluke and was, in fact, a message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He told his son about his dream and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had commanded him to do. Being an obedient son, Prophet Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam immediately obliged to the wishes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his father, and asked that his hands and legs be tied so that he may not struggle, and that his father blindfold himself so that he doesn't have to witness him suffer. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam did as Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam had said. He did as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had asked of him. When he took the blindfold off, he saw the body of a dead ram in front of him. But then he heard a voice telling him that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks after his followers and that he need not worry. In commemoration of this intervention, an animal, usually a sheep, is sacrificed ritually and divided into 3 parts. One share is given to the poor and needy, another is kept for home, and the third is given to relatives. On this occasion of Eid-al-Azha, there should be a social environment of mutual respect of upholders of different views. Muslims should take care that their practice should not affect the feelings of those who are opposed to animal sacrifice. By confining it within their own homes and localities and not displaying pictures of animals and their blood on social media. After all, it is a religious obligation and not a matter of ostentation. Thank you for watching.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.